Namaste. I am Anita Goa and welcome to 21 Days of Limitless Possibilities Challenge. It is day 3 and we are going to focus on our hips today. This is a no-flow routine, which is great to do as part of this 21-day challenge, of course, but if you find this video just in and of itself or by itself, you can use it as a post-workout stretch if you go running or biking, or just even at the end of the day. It's perfect for that. So what you will need are 2 yoga blocks and a yoga strap. Okay, so make yourself comfortable in your own space. I will see you here on the mat when you're ready. So we're going to start in a tabletop position. And always make sure that with these routines, of course, that you stay connected to your breath. So although this isn't a flow, there's always breath involved with the movements that I make. And I always make sure that I tell you how it is that you should try to breathe. So come onto your hands and your knees. Arms are shoulder distance apart and legs are hip distance apart. And we exhale as we round it into a cat stretch and just hold it here. And just shake out your head. You can move your hips and your shoulders a little bit side to side. So it feels like you're airing out in between your shoulder blades. You're giving your upper back, middle back, and your lower back a good release. And then inhale, arch it into a cow. So you're opening up your chest, and you can swing and sway here a little bit too. So even though we focus on our hips, we always have to make sure that we warm up our spine and we work the body as a whole in general. Exhale and round. And inhale, arch. You can curl the toes under and press back into your toes and your feet. Exhale and round. And inhale and arch. Good. Then come to a neutral spine and draw your knees a little bit closer together so that you still have room there to put your fist right in between. And then you extend the right leg out to hip height. And then exhale, draw your nose and your knee together, round your spine. And your aim is to try to get your nose and your knee to touch, but you might not be able to do that quite yet. Just keep working at it. And then inhale, extend. Do that again. Exhale, round. So this stretches the right side of your spine. It gets into the upper part of your hip. And inhale, extend. It also strengthens your glute or your buttocks as you extend the leg. Do that again. Exhale, round. Inhale, extend. Exhale, round. Inhale, extend. And just one more time, exhale, round. And inhale, extend. Good. Then release the leg to the floor and extend your other leg out. Hold it lifted and then exhale, round. And you might notice a difference on each side. So you might find yourself more flexible on one side. You might find yourself stronger and weaker on the other side. So round it in. Just take your time. So your abdominals, of course, are engaged here. So just giving our body a little bit of a warm-up. And exhale. And inhale. Good. And then release the legs down. You're just going to cross the ankles and roll back and then scoot yourself to the front. And we're going to recline back, and you can take your blocks with you. So you'll roll yourself down slowly, then work the soles of your feet together, and you can place the blocks right behind your knees. So if you feel that it gets quite intense there, you can use whichever level works for you. And if you feel like you don't need the blocks, you can put the blocks to the side and go without the blocks. Draw your heels as close to the groin as you can so you really feel a stretch. And adjust so your lower, middle, and upper back is resting on the floor. Now your lower back might be off the floor, that's okay. It is on me, but just make sure that it feels protected. And if you need some support there, give yourself some support. And just stretch the arms over your head. And as you press the soles of your feet together, draw the knees towards the floor and stretch out, lifting your rib cage up out of your hips. And then you can just hold it and relax. Just close your eyes for a moment. So this is quite restorative. Most people feel very tight in the inner thighs. And to rest in this position, you know, for a longer period of time can be very helpful in opening up this area that might feel very tense and restrictive. So that's the fun part about yoga, is that we have so many different poses and so many different roads or avenues, you know, to flow within. There are many ways to roam, so we just have to find the way that's going to help us to get to our destination or get to where we would like to be. And right now it's all about feeling your best and stretching your edge and breathing within it all, not letting a limitation limit you. Good. And to come out of it, bring the arms forward. Whether you're on the blocks or not, you can try to place your hands behind your thighs and help your legs back up. All right, and engage your abdominals in the process. Then readjust your pelvis so that your lower back is on the floor. Bend your legs, keep your feet hip distance apart, and lift your toes up off the floor like we've done on day 1 and day 2. Root down into the 4 corners of your feet. So the big toe joint, little toe joint, inside and outsides of your heels. Then you rest the arms at the side of your body. I'm going to roll up into a bridge pose. So you draw the navel in, so it feels like you're scooping in your abdominals a bit. And press through the feet as you gradually lift your pelvis off the floor. Squeeze a bit through the bottom of the buttocks and slowly start to roll your spine up. And the higher up your pelvis starts to go, you want to root down into the feet so you keep using the muscles in the back of your thighs and your buttocks, but you start to feel that stretch into the front, into your hip flexors. And also into your abdominals and a little bit into your chest. So you hold it here, breathe in fully, and breathe out completely. Breathe in fully. Breathe out completely. Good, one more time. Inhale fully. Exhale completely. And now to come down, keep the pelvis up as you slowly start to lower your upper back and then your middle back. And when you're about to get to the lower back, release your buttocks, draw a little bit further into the navel and release. So you get that very soft landing and also nice little release into your hip flexors, into your hips. Okay? Then draw in through the abs and lift both legs up off the floor. Hands around your knees, draw the knees away and slowly start to roll yourself up. So see, everything that I do will be a reminder of keeping your abdominals engaged as you move. And then cross the legs and roll over to your hands and your knees again and come into a downward facing dog. Shake it loose, baby. And just feel that stretch into the calves, into the hamstrings. Find that length into your spine. Feel that the upper body weight is drawing back into your legs. Good. Then inhale, lift your right leg to a 3-legged dog. And then exhale, draw the knee into the navel and really round your spine like you did on the hands and your knees. Use your abdominals, lift up as high as you can and step that right foot forward. So this was a lot of the reason why we did that. So there is some sense in all of this. So you can take your blocks and toe heel the right foot to the side so that your right foot is on 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock. You can stay on your fingertips and extend out of the left heel. Keep your chest lifted. Hold it here if this feels fine for you. You can also take your blocks on whichever level you want, and you can lower your forearms to the blocks. Okay? If you can go further down, lower your forearms to the floor. Okay, so just take your time. Do as much as you can. Breathe in fully. Exhale it completely. Now, as the knee opens to the side, you will feel that stretch into the right inner thigh. Okay, and if you want to go a little bit further, you can turn to the outer edge of the right foot and you'll get even deeper into the hip there. All right, but just always make sure that you're in a position here where you can fully breathe. Fully inhale, completely exhale. And then lower the left knee into the floor, point the foot, and then you can either stay on your forearm, place your hand on the block, lift your chest and reach the right arm behind you. Hold it there, and then bend the left leg. Take a hold of that left foot with the right hand. Draw in through the abdominals, so you draw the hips back as you draw the heel towards your buttocks. You can hang out there, or you can stretch the leg away, open up the chest, and move a little further into the hip flexor and into the quadricep, the muscle in the front of your thigh, in this way. Okay, you can also flow between them. Exhale and inhale. That's nice. Exhale and inhale. Good. Then very gradually, when you're ready to come out of it, release very mindfully. Place your hands to the floor and toe heel the right foot back to where it came from. Feels good. Step it back to downward facing dog. Yeah. Full breath in and full breath out. Let's try the same on the other side. So inhale, lift your left leg. Exhale, draw the knee into the navel, really round it in, and then softly step that left foot forward. Come on to your fingertips. So that starts to get easier as each side of your spine starts to open up. And then toe heel the left foot to the side. Turn your foot so it's at 11 o'clock or 10 o'clock. You can lower the forearms to the blocks, or you can lower your forearms to the floor. Hold it there. Breathe it in. Feel free if you want to open up. Turn to the outer edge of that left foot. Go for it. You can wiggle a little bit back and forth. Shake out your head. Breathe in fully. Exhale it completely. So just remember that balance is not static. So this is a way of balancing, finding balance between each sides of your hips. And it's fine if you want to swing and sway a bit. Good, and lower the knee into the floor. And feel free to take your block, come up a little bit higher, even if you were on the floor with your forearm. Point the foot and then start to open up to the back. And then you can bend the right leg. Maybe that's too much to bend the leg. You can always scream, you can shout. It might be a way of letting it all out, let that tension out. I always say that to my students, scream and shout, let it all out. It can be helpful. Just be mindful of those that might be around you. You can draw the heel away and open up your chest. Yeah, my right hip is always, and my quad is always the tighter side. So here, I need to breathe fully. And if you want to move between them, exhale as you go in. Inhale as you open. Exhale. Inhale. One more. Exhale. And inhale. Good. And slowly release that. Hands to the floor. Stay on your fingertips. Toe heel. The foot back. Come back into that low lunge. And exhale it to downward facing dog. So good. Shake it loose. Just bend and extend one leg at a time. So you're just pedaling through the feet. Get a bit into the outer upper hip there. And we'll continue with the hips and the hamstrings. So lift the right leg to three-legged. And exhale, draw the knee into the navel and slide your leg into a pigeon pose. Good. So now your right knee is right on top of your right thumb. Point the right foot and see that you're in the center of the quad, the shin and the top of the foot. Then come up, lift your chest, and then exhale, descend it all the way forward. You can use one of your blocks and place it underneath your forehead and just completely relax your shoulders and your upper body. It's very important that the head and the shoulders and the arms are soft and relaxed so that your upper body can just drop into your right leg. And you'll feel a deep stretch into the right buttocks there, into the upper hip. So try to inhale and exhale as you hold this position. Good. And keep the forehead on the floor or the block and move your hands back and gradually start to press the floor away and come up. Curl the back toes under, lift the knee and draw back into downward facing dog. Hold it there. And inhale, lift your left leg. And exhale, draw the knee into the navel, slide it in to that pigeon pose again. Point your right foot and see that the left knee is right under your thumb. Come onto your fingertips and exhale, descend it forward. Hold it there. And this side might feel different, so it might feel like you have to adjust your upper body in a different way. So be willing to adjust, right? Just be flexible and give yourself what it is that you feel that you need. There is no right, really. There is no wrong. If you are in a position where you can fully breathe, you are in a good position. So breathe in and out of your left hip. It's one of the most courageous things that you can do is to fully breathe. You know, when things feel uncomfortable or a little bit sticky, it's very easy to just hold the breath. When we hold the breath, we stagnate. So the key is to keep the breath moving and flowing. And if it does, then we will be moving and flowing with it. Keep the forehead down and move your hands back. Push yourself up. Curl the back toes under, lift the knee, draw up through your abs, and step it back to downward dog. So I hope you see that everything is connected, that we try to move as connected units, even though we have a certain focal point. So the more that your body works together as a connected unit, the better off you will be. And step the right and the left foot forward. See if it feels a little bit easier to step it forward. And then you're just going to sit down onto the floor. Yeah. And from here, we move into what's called Janu Sushasana, or head to knee pose. So you're going to bend your right leg and lift your chest. So I'll just face this way. So the right foot is to the left inner thigh. Sit up tall, left foot is flexed, and just rotate a little bit to your left. You might feel a bit of a stretch into the inner thigh there. And then from here, exhale and hinge it forward. Take the right hand to the outside of your foot, left hand to the inside, and left wrist on top. Use your strap if you need to. Inhale, sit up tall, and then exhale, descend over as far as you can. So hold it here, keeping the chest lifted and getting a deep, deep, deep stretch into your left hamstring and also into the right outer upper hip, into the right side of your waist. You might feel this as well. Just breathe with it. Good. And then gradually start to come up and extend the right leg out and bend your left leg in. And sit up tall and rotate as you exhale to the right a little bit. So a little twist from the bottom of your ribs, chest is lifted, right foot is flexed. And then exhale, hinge it forward, left hand to the outside of the foot, right hand to the inside, right wrist on top, and exhale, descend it forward. And again, use your strap if you need to use a strap. And just connect into the right hamstring and possibly the upper left hip and the left side of your spine. Breathe in and breathe out. Good, and then gradually withdraw and come all the way up. So good. We just have one more left here. Extend the legs out in front of you and sit up tall to the tips of the sitting bones and inhale the arms up and try to exhale, hinge it forward with the chest lifted, bend forward from your hips and try to reach for your feet. And then inhale, come back up. And then exhale, hinge it forward one more time. Good. And inhale up. And of course, if it's hard to keep the legs straight, bend your knees and hinge it forward and go through it like this so that you're protecting your lower back. And then last one, inhale. And exhale forward and hold it here for a good 5 breaths. Full breath in, full breath out. Feel free if you want to just swing and sway a little bit side to side to release if you feel that your lower back and the sides of your hips feel a little tight. And then breathe with it. Soften your shoulders and then just hold. And just spending a little bit time here, inhaling fully and try to exhale and make your exhales twice as long. And as you breathe and as you soften, your nervous system will calm down. And gradually the muscles start to open up. So don't force yourself in any way. Don't force yourself in any way. Just have patience with yourself, tolerance, acceptance, confidence. Just a belief that what you're doing now is good enough, is helpful, and is supportive. Good, and then gradually start to come all the way up. Oh, and cross your legs. Feel free to sit on a block again, or just sit in an easy seat on the floor. It's always good to elevate the hips so that way your hips can breathe and they can soften, and you can find a little bit more length in your spine, openness in your shoulders, and just allowing everything to work together as a connected unit. Just close your eyes for a moment and just notice how your hips feel. It's a very basic, simple routine, but don't underestimate the power of this routine. It will help to get you into every nook and cranny of your hips, and then we will build upon this. So this is a great foundation and a great support for helping you to release tightnesses in this area of your body. Work your palms together in front of your heart and draw your chin into your chest. Bow down into the highest within you. I hope that you enjoyed this practice. Maybe you discovered a new area of your body. You were able to breathe into it and release it. Thank you so much for practicing with me. Namaste. Lift your chin, open your eyes. I will see you back here tomorrow for another practice. I hope you feel amazing. Have a great day. Mwah! Bye.